Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts, bringing you another reading. So we will be taking a look at the current energy for you and your person, and ultimately what's influencing the journey or experience that you might be having right now when it comes to them. All right, guys, so I'll tap into that energy. It is general as always, so please do keep that in mind throughout this reading and only take the parts of it that truly make sense for you and your situation and release what doesn't. All right, guys, so let's get into some insight for you. Hello, Scorpio. All right, guys, let's take a look at the current energy for your relationship, for your connection. So whoever it is that you're focused on and thinking about, let's grab some cards and see what presents itself. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. All right, first card, we have discernment. Pay attention to the red flags, knowing the warning signs of what an unhealthy relationship or connection looks like. Take your time, ask questions, and choose wisely. Look at the situation from different perspectives. So, this is clearly telling you there are red flags in the connection. Something's up. Maybe you already know what these red flags are. All right. Let's grab a couple more cards here for you, Scorpio. Pay attention to the warning signs for sure. Okay, so we do have reconciliation. If you are in separation from this person, maybe for some of you guys, maybe you did see whatever the red flags represent in your relationship, and that could have resulted in the separation. So it does say this is coming together with someone and working on whatever has torn you apart. If you guys are actually working on that, fantastic. So hopefully for some of you, it'll bring you guys back together. This goes on to say this could be a past connection. This person is praying for a new beginning with you. Be willing to give this relationship or connection a second chance. You may be receiving an apology or compromise, okay? So they definitely need to apologize for some past action or behavior. Let me grab one more. And we have, look at this, we have different paths. You and this person are going down different paths. You are not on the same page. You have different visions of what you want for your life and where you're headed. Be honest with yourself and this person. Does this relationship align with the direction you want to move into? That in and of itself could be what this card is talking about. You have to be able to decipher what's going on if you haven't already. You know, clearly it's asking you to do some investigating. Take your time and ask those questions. Some of those questions could be really difficult to answer, or to even ask. So that's what we have as far as the current vibe, the current energy. Let's go ahead and add to this and take a look at what is influencing your experience, your journey with this person for Scorpio. Yeah, there's no way for you guys to move forward unless the obstacles, the challenges are addressed. All right, what's influencing this connection right now? Okay, so we have sinful, steamy, sensual encounters. Now, part of the vibe that I'm picking up could have something to do with other people. I don't know if there was infidelity in the relationship, or it might have involved a third party. That's a possibility. Or it could be telling us that the physical connection certainly was very strong between the two of you, but they have to be able to offer you something more than just the physical connection. What else for Scorpio? Okay. We fight hard, but we love even harder. So you guys could be connected with somebody where it can be really difficult to deal with them, but when times are good, you know. But after a while, that could really be pretty exhausting dealing with somebody like that. So it could be the fact that you love them so much and why you aren't really noticing the red flags as much as you should, perhaps, for some of you guys. Let's grab one more. What is influencing this experience? We knew we'd get burned by the heat, but we went into that forbidden fire anyway. Oh my God, guys. All right. So that tells us so much. This was off limits. More than likely, somebody was either married or taken, and lines were crossed. So whatever boundaries were up, maybe you guys were able to tear those boundaries down and just cross the line. That's where the red flags truly are coming from. Now, because of this card right here, there could still be a part of you that's really attracted to this person. But it seems that you guys are no longer traveling down the same road or have the same way of thinking. If at one point in time you guys even talked about trying again, this is making it very difficult to do so, especially if there are other factors to consider, you know, maybe families, children, just other obligations, challenges for sure. And that's what's preventing you guys from being together at this point in time, like being together fully. Okay, so it can be complicated. Let's go ahead and take a look at some tarot cards here. I'll be pulling from the Doodle Tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. All right. What do we need to know? What else do we need to find out here? We do have the Sun. You could be thinking of a Leo here. You could have Leo in your chart. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, what you're really wanting in your life is to be fulfilled, is to be happy, you know, to get to a point in your life where you feel that the place where you are going or want to be is something that you have envisioned for yourself in love, in life overall. And when you think of this person, at one point in time, you guys were truly fulfilled and happy, you know, and I mean, just look at the energy of the Sun in this photo. And I feel somewhere along the line that energy shifted, okay? And look at this, we now have the Death card coming through. Death card represents Scorpio. So you know, if you've already experienced this, that it affected you tremendously. So even though something ended with this individual, life always moves forward for you, giving you the opportunity to release it and just move forward and offer you a new chapter here, a new beginning. But the changes have to be made first. So there's something here that you need to address within yourself, and the other person has to do the same. Because the reality of it is, you know, they either treated you like an option, or they just had other possibilities as to where they could go to connect with people, you know. You were not either their first choice, or they wanted their variety, in other words, okay? It's like thrill of the chase. And then once they got what they wanted, it's almost like the magic faded real quick. You know, we do have the Fool. Who knows? Maybe there's somebody coming through in this reading to let us know that they feel foolish for what they did. Perhaps there's a part of you that feels foolish as well, and you wish that you could just start over, you know, hit that reset button and just move on, you know. And maybe at one point in time, you guys really wanted that reconciliation. It just seems to me that there's a lot of tension and obstacles standing in the way of it happening at this point in time. We do have the World card representing a cycle that has completed. More than likely, if you guys are at a distance in separation, that represents that cycle. And so life is really wanting you to take that step to move forward in order for you to be granted another opportunity at happiness, but perhaps with a different person, going in a different direction, you know. And I feel based off of this, that makes a lot of sense with the different paths message. We also have the Hangman. Some of you guys could be thinking of Pisces here. I just feel at the end of the day that you need to let this person go if you haven't already. You know, it's like taking a step back from a situation, giving yourself space in order to see it from a different angle and realizing it's like, okay, we've had our time, but it's now time for us to let go. That is what I have. Very clear message that's presenting itself here for you. All right, guys. So if you relate to that, I do hope that this offered you guidance that's helpful. If you are interested in getting your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll go ahead and link the decks down below as well. Thank you so much. Catch you next time. Take care.